Hey guys, what's going on? Here's another video. This is the metal tag of 2026. This is the annual list that I guess the Metallurgy puts out. I actually have never really watched their channel, but I see a lot of other YouTubers doing it, and it's always a lot of fun doing these. So we're gonna start off with number one. Show an album with a horse on the cover. I guess 2026 is the year of the Fire Horse, so we're gonna go with 3 here. I got Falkenbach with their debut album, Endurika Midfara. I also have this on the original press of the No Colors pressing on vinyl. Great album. Also, Dissection, Storm of the Lights, Bane. I'm not even a huge fan of this band. I know I'm in the minority with that. Decent album, not bad. And who could forget Nargaroth with their debut, I don't know, Herbstblade. See, there's a horse right there. Yeah, horses all around. All right, so next one here. Album you can't bring yourself to get rid of even though you know it's bad. For me, it's the, well, I guess not technically, but I don't know if it's like their third or what, I don't know. They have a weird discography. Mushroomhead with 13. I really love this album. I don't know if it's because of the nostalgia or what, but I know it's bad objectively, but I really do like this album. And yeah, I'll always have it. I don't know, whatever. Favorite album, number 3, favorite album of 2025. Well, technically, my favorite album was not a metal album. I'll show it anyway. By a band called the Albinos from Texas. Amazing, amazing psych rock. Absolutely love this album. And then my favorite metal album of the year was the latest Davar. This is, it's like grunge meets doom. Very similar to like Windhand. Excellent stuff. If you haven't checked this band out and you like Windhand and bands like that, Witch Mountain and all that, definitely check these guys out. Amazing stuff. Number 4, show a favorite album that is not a metal album. Well, I guess I technically just did that, but I'll show another one. Massive Attack with Mezzanine. Probably the best trip-hop album ever made, in my opinion. And I'm a fairly big trip-hop fan. I like Tricky and Nightmares on Wax, and of course like The Mobster. And Gorillas and all that kind of stuff. Portishead, obviously. This is pretty much a flawless album. I absolutely love this album. So number 5, show an album that you can't remember anyone ever talking about on YouTube. I guess this is technically an EP and this is their only release. Whatever, but this is Enmerker with Starlit Passage. This came out, oh man, this had to be like 2010, something like that. I don't think it even, 2008 actually, huh? Yeah, it's a one-man black metal project, and he enlisted the help of the drummer from the German band Todd Get Lichter. If anyone's ever heard of them, it's another obscure black metal band. This is an absolutely phenomenal album, and again, this is their only release. Definitely check this out if you haven't. If you like good atmospheric black metal, not like Death Heaven, whatever. This is amazing, amazing stuff. Starlit Passage by Enmerker. Okay, number 6, album whose first song is the best. This is a semi-recent one. This is the last one that Alistair did. Onwards and Downwards. This is psychedelic doom metal. Excellent stuff. This is actually, this is their weakest album because they have a really strong discography. They have this and another full length and 2 EPs. This is the last album they made. The first song is easily the best, The Killer in My Skull. Absolutely amazing song. The rest is good. The latter side, I'm not like huge on, but overall this is a great album. And the first song is the best. Okay, number 7, show an album you think would be better if it was longer. This was kind of hard for me because I have a lot of albums that I wish were shorter. I usually don't complain too much about albums being too short because it usually just suits their personality. But I have two here, or one that I thought of today. I don't own it, but Orc Blute by Abigor, that definitely needs to be longer. That's like 23 minutes or whatever. It's not even a full length, but it's classified as a full length. And the other two that I thought of was the first Truppensturm. This is like a 23-minute album, and it's very rare for me to complain about a war metal album being short, but I absolutely love this fucking album. It is like, it's catchy as all hell, and I really wish that it was longer. And then the other one I thought of was, and I know this is an EP, but Zyklon B. And, you know, maybe it was meant to be this way, but this is like such a golden lineup on here. Frost, Isan, Samoth, and Aldron from Dot Heimsgard. I would have really liked a lot more content from these, or content, you know, songs from these guys. Absolutely phenomenal album, but wish it was longer. Number 8, show an album you bought that disappointed you. I don't really have a metal album that fits that. I'm pretty, I've been in the metal since I'm like fucking 10 years old, so I'm pretty good about weaving through stuff that like is apt to buy or not. But an album that I was disappointed with that I just bought on a whim because I loved all the previous stuff was Magic Shop. Their latest one, the Book of, what the hell is this? The Down the Witch Elm. Did not like this album. Not a big fan. For any psych rock fans out there, I'd like to hear what you think of this, but I really did not like this very much at all. Okay. Show an album you played in 2025 that you haven't played in a year. And that would have to be the second album from Verdunkeln. I kind of shelved this because this album had such a profound impact on me that I was just like, you know, I don't want to like ruin it. But just last year I played it again a couple of times and I was just like, God damn, this is an absolute masterpiece. This is a Van Records band. Alexander from Ruins of Beveras was involved in this with live guitars for a while. This is an absolute must for atmospheric black metal fans. Absolute must. This is their album Einblick in den Qualenfall. Amazing stuff. Okay, showing out number 10. Show an album with a hilarious album cover. I got two here. First one is hilarious because it's so bad. I do really love this album. Carnage and Worlds Beyond by Enthroned. It's a great album. The album cover is just horrible. It's just so bad. It like who greenlit this album cover? It just looks awful, but amazing album. And then the other one I had was this one. This is an amazing album, but it always makes me laugh just because it's just so bizarre. Amplifier Worship by Boris with the frog, and I also have the vinyl of it too because this is just an absolutely amazing album. It's pretty funny. I don't know. I mean, they're Japanese, so everything's like bizarre. But I think it's pretty funny. Amazing album though. So then after that, name an album you're anticipating in 2026. The new Slagbauer I'm really looking forward to hearing. The new Ruins of Beveras, which I actually just heard today. I had mixed feelings about that, which maybe I'll go over in another video. And other than that, I guess Electric Wizard is supposed to make something, and I don't know. Other than that, as far as psych rock, Sunset Images album is coming out in like a couple weeks. That should be really good. Okay, so Pesky Gap in a band's discography, number 12. Pesky Gap in a band's discography that you're hoping to fill. Yeah, I have a couple. Nile, I only have Amongst the Catacombs of Nefer and Ka, and then go straight to Annihilation of the Wicked. I'd like to get Black Seeds of Vengeance and In Their Darkened Shrines. Those are great albums. Cannibal Corpse, I only have Butchered at Birth and Tomb of the Mutilated. I need to get The Bleeding and Eaten Back to Life. Slayer, I don't even have Hell Awaits or Haunting the Chapel. I only have Show No Mercy and Rain and Blood. There's a couple. So those are a couple there. Number 13, talk about a band or an album moving the genre forward creatively. So I had kind of mixed emotions about this because I don't really like. I'm kind of a purist when it comes to black metal. Like death metal shit, I can't stand bands like Blood Incantation and like the new revival of old school death metal. Like I don't know, whatever. Death metal is its own thing, but for black metal, which I'm a bigger fan of, I would say as far as moving the genre forward in a way that I like, is the aforementioned Slagmauer. This is like one of my favorite black metal albums to come out in the past like 10 years. Amazing stuff. Another one that I mentioned on my year-end list, Wolkenaz. I really like their chaotic, frenzied, but focused in the sense of like it's still black metal. It's not like, you know, shoegaze black metal and all that bullshit. Like this is amazing stuff. This is their album from 2025. Amazing. And then of course Ruins of Beveras has always been kind of pushing the genre forward in their own way. Yeah, I mean obviously Exuvia. Anyone versed in black metal nowadays knows Exuvia, and their other works too, pushing it forward in a way that's like bringing in like tribal influences and goth, and I just think they're doing a really great job, or he's doing a really great job. Okay, number 14, show an album or albums someone recommended you last year. So that's kind of difficult because I'm usually the nerd in my friend group that like shows everyone music, but I did have one friend who recommended an album for me when we were at a record shop last year, and this is by a band called, what the fuck is this? I don't know what this is. Hunak. I think they're from Hungary. I was recommended this because it's in the style of like early Polish black metal. This is their one full length. Found this at a record shop for $15, so I was like, fuck it. Very good stuff. I enjoyed it. Is it amazing or groundbreaking? No, but it's definitely a solid release. So anyone, into like Valets or, the Big Bad Grieveland or any of those bands, you'll definitely like this. Thousand Swords kind of stuff. Good stuff. Okay, so the next one. Recommend a power metal album you think is exceptional. I only own 2 power metal albums because I don't like power metal. I liked power metal for like maybe like a month when I was like 14 or so, back when I used to love bands like Fintroll and all that shit. So I really like Blind Guardian, and this is the one album I have by them, A Night at the Opera. I like it. His vocals get a bit much at times, but the musicianship is great. I really enjoy it. There are really catchy songs on here, like Battlefield and Punishment Divine, and then there was Silence. It's good stuff. Do I listen to it often? No. Again, I don't like power metal, but, it's good for what it is. The only other one I have, as far as power metal in my collection, is Nightwish, and I don't even know if you would consider that power metal. I have Century Child, which is, you gotta be in the mood for it. I'll just put it that way. What's the last album you bought in 2025? That was, actually, this is an interesting one. Bathory's Hammerheart. I've always had the first 4 since forever. And then last year, I saw this on Hells, and I was just like, fuck it. Like, why don't I even have this in my collection? This is an amazing album. As everyone knows, Hammerheart. What can you say? Amazing stuff. Yeah, this was long overdue to be in my collection. The first 6 Bathory albums are pretty much, in my opinion, flawless. So, definitely needed to get this. Okay, number 17, nostalgic album that always makes you excited about music. For me, this was, took a little bit of thinking, but honestly, I had to go with a classic that I've been listening to since I'm like fucking 12 years old that I still love today. And that is In Flames Colony, which I have on CD and vinyl. I absolutely fucking love this album, man. I mean, the production, the riffs, the energy, the vocals, everything about this album is perfection to me. And I'm not like a big melodic death metal fan. Honestly, outside of like In Flames and like, I don't know, maybe there's like a Dark Tranquillity album or something. And like, I like a couple Children of Bodom stuff, but like, this band, their early stuff, doesn't get any better than this. I mean, you gotta have this in your collection. Just some of the best, like, just straight up metal you'll ever hear. And it always pumps me up. Every time I turn it on, it's always just like, this shit fucking rules, man. Okay, so number 18, getting down to the last of it. Show a classic album you overlooked for many years that you loved after first hearing. Well, I have two in that vein, and one of which we're listening to right now. First one is the debut album from Aeternus, Norwegian black death metal band. Amazing, amazing stuff. Absolutely love this album. This is one of those albums, though, that I would say, like, I don't know if it needs to be over an hour long, but I absolutely love this album. I love this and the one after it. For years, I only had Under a Darkened Monument. Is that the 2004 release, whatever the fuck that is? And I was like, it's fine. But then I finally went back and listened to their older stuff, and I was like, God damn, this is good shit. And the other one that I had was, again, what we're listening to right now, the first Immolation. Yeah, I missed the boat on Immolation big time. These guys are absolutely phenomenal. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. This and Closer to a World Below are my favorites so far, but everything I've heard from them, top fucking tier death metal. If you were like me and you hadn't heard these guys yet, definitely check this out. And so the last two here, number 19, was there a stream in 2025 you participated in that you're proud of? No. Number 20, name a band you hope to see release one last great album before they retire. And this was two that I thought of. It's kind of cliche, but it would be nice to see them go out on a strong note. First of which, Deicide. I like pretty much all of Deicide for the most part. Obviously, some are way better than others, but you know, I like their last album, but I just would like to see them, I don't know, I know this is like never gonna happen, but at least like, can we just do away with the modern production for one time? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's a good album, their last one and the last couple, but it's like, it's enough with the modern production. Like, it's so boring. Like, I applaud them for the effort, but like, come on. And then the other one was in the same vein, Morbid Angel. They haven't made, I absolutely love Gateways to Annihilation. I know that's kind of a hot take. A lot of people don't really like that album. I think that might be my second favorite from them after Altars. I'm not like, yeah, I know Abominations of Desolation and Thy Kingdom Come and everything. Like, it's great, but like for me, it's Altars and Gateways. Those are my two favorite. So I always had like I always held the torch for them. I even like Heretic, but obviously the production on that is awful. And they haven't really made a good album since Heretic. And I would just like for them, you know, obviously Trey's not doing too well. So it would be nice for him to just get his shit together one last time and just deliver like a really pummeling, even Gateways type album, because, you know, they have Steve Tucker singing for him now, so why not? So that would be nice. So anyway, yeah, that's the 2026 metal tag. Gonna try to make some more videos. Got a lot of albums to show, a lot of psych rock, doom, some new black metal coming in, so stay tuned. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next one.